So hello everyone. Today we will study the next property of Laplace transform, which is multiplication by t property. So till now we have seen change of scale property. Now change of scale property states that if L of f of t is f of s, then L of f of at is 1 upon a f of s by a. So if you know L of f of t, then we can calculate L of f of at. That means t replaced by at. So L of f of at is 1 by a f of s by a, where f of s is L of f of t. So first we have to calculate L of f of t. Whatever answer we get, we have to replace s by a, and outside we will have 1 by a. That is change of scale property. The next property what we have seen is the first shifting theorem. So first shifting theorem is applied when the function f of t is multiplied by e raised to function. So if L of f of t is f of s, then L of e raised to minus at into f of t is equal to f of s plus a. So we have to calculate L of f of t. Whatever answer we get, we have to replace s by s plus a. That is the first shifting theorem. So whenever a function is multiplied by e raised to minus at, then we have to calculate L of f of t. That will name it as f of s, and then we have to replace s by s plus a to get L of e raised to minus at into f of t. Or we can have L of e raised to at f of t. Again we will calculate Laplace transform of f of t. Whatever answer we get, replace s by s minus a. So when we have e raised to at, it is s minus a, and if it is e raised to minus at, then s plus a. So the next property is the multiplication by t property. So which states that if L of f of t is f of s, then L of t raised to n f of t is equal to minus 1 raised to n d raised to n upon ds raised to n f of s. So that means multiplication by t means the function f of t is multiplied by the powers of t. So if L of f of t, or if L of f of t is f of s, then we can write L of t raised to n f of t. If it is t raised to n, you have to differentiate the function f of s n times with minus 1 raised to n outside. So L of t raised to n f of t is equal to minus 1 raised to n dn by ds raised to n of f of s. So if you are given such type, depending upon this n, that many differentiation we have to do it. So first example, if find L of t square sine 3t. We have to calculate L of t square sine 3t. So always in all these Laplace transform problems, start with the function which is on the extreme right. Okay, start with the function which is on the extreme right. The extreme right function is sine 3t. So we will calculate first L of sine 3t. So L of sine 3t, we know L of sine at is a upon s square plus a square. So L of sine 3t will become 3 upon s square plus 3 square, or it is equal to 3 upon s square plus 9. So L of sine 3t is 3 upon s square plus 9. Now we have to calculate L of t square. So first the right function was, the extreme right function was sine 3t. So that we have calculated. Now next function is t square, which means that it's multiplication by t. So since we have 2 square, whatever answer we have got in the previous step, that has to be differentiated 2 times with minus 1 raised to 2 outside. So whatever we have got the function L of sine 3t, that answer has to be differentiated 2 times as we are having t square. So minus 1 the whole square, d square upon ds square into 3 upon s square plus 9. So differentiating this function 2 times. So first derivative will be, so here we can do anyway. I have done u by v method. The first derivative of 3 upon s square plus 1, I have done u by v. The variable is only s. So u by v is v du minus u dv upon v square. So v is s square plus 9 into the derivative of 3, that is 0, minus u into, that is 3 into derivative of v, which is 2s upon v square, s square plus 9 the whole square. So v du minus u dv upon v square, and minus 1 the whole square will become 1. So the first derivative we have calculated. So when we simplify, the first term is multiplied by 0. The whole term will become 0. So we will have minus 6s upon s square plus 9 the whole square. So now we have to differentiate minus 6s upon s square plus 9 the whole square. So differentiating minus 6s upon s square plus 9 the whole square. Again we will apply u by v method. So v du minus u dv upon v square. So v is u by v, that is v is s square plus 9 the whole square into the derivative of u, which is minus 6, minus u into the derivative of v. Derivative of the denominator will become 2 into s square plus 9 into the derivative of s square plus 9, which is 2s upon v square, which is s square plus 9 whole raised to 4. Okay, just I'm applying u by v method. The variable is s. Now, if we see that each term has s square plus 9 in it. First term has s square plus 9 the whole square. Second term is s square plus 9. Here also we have s square plus 9 whole raised to 4. So we can cancel s square plus 9 throughout, so that the remaining terms will be s square plus 9 into minus 6 minus of minus 6s. This is already cancelled. So 2 into 2s upon s square plus 9 the whole cube, because we are cancelling 1 s square plus 9. So we will get 3 here. So it's better to cancel 1 s square plus 9 so that we can simplify it easily. Okay, otherwise you will have to apply this a plus b the whole square, open the bracket. That will have so many terms. Just to avoid that, since we have s square plus 9 term common throughout, we can cancel that and write the remaining terms. Now open the bracket. So when we open the bracket, we will get minus 6s square minus 54. Minus into minus is plus, 6 into 4, 24, s square upon s square plus 9 the whole cube. Okay, this is d by ds of minus 6s upon s square plus 9 the whole square. We can simplify further. 24s square minus 6s square will become 18s square minus 54 upon s square plus 9 the whole cube. We can simplify further by taking 18 common in the numerator. So we can write 18 into s square minus 3 upon s square plus 9 the whole cube. Okay. So the given question was L of t square sine 3t. So we have got L of t square sine 3t as 18 into s square minus 3 upon s square plus 9 the whole cube. So what we have done is, first we have calculated L of sine 3t. Whatever answer we have got, that we have differentiated it 2 times to get this answer. So L of t square sine 3t is equal to 18 into s square minus 3 upon s square plus 9 the whole cube. Next problem. Find L of t into 2 sine 3t minus 3 cos 2t. L of t into 2 sine 3t minus 3 cos 3t. So again there are 2 terms. One is t, other one is this bracket term. Again start with the function which is on the extreme right. So we are having this bracket term is the term which is on the extreme right. So we will calculate the Laplace transform of this bracket term. So f of t, or we can write t into f of t form. So we have to calculate the Laplace transform of this bracket term. Now since we have minus sign between the 2 functions, we can separate, or we can take L to both the terms. When we have into, then we cannot take L inside. L satisfies the linearity property, which means you can take, when you have plus or minus sign in between the 2 functions, L can be taken inside. So we will get L of 2 sine 3t minus L of 3 cos 3t. Again 2 and 3 are constants. We can take outside the L function. So we can write 2 into L of sine 3t minus 3 into L of cos 3t. Again, we have to write what is L of sine 3t and L of cos 3t. We know that L of sine 80 is a upon s square plus a square, and L of cos 80 is s upon s square plus a square. Substituting these two formulas for L of sine 3t and L of cos 3t. So we will have 2 into sine 3t will be 3 upon s square plus 3 square minus 3 into cos 3t will be s upon s square plus 3 square, which can be simplified because we have the new denominator as a common s square plus 9. We can combine the numerator. So 2 into 3 is 6 minus 3s. This is the Laplace transform of 2 into sine 3t minus 3 cos 2t. Cos 3t. Now whatever Laplace transform of the function which we have got, that has to be differentiated once because we are having L of t into f of t. So this function, Laplace transform of this bracket term, which is L 6 minus 3s upon s square plus 9, this has to be differentiated once because we are having L of t into, or whatever is the function other than t function, that is taken as f of t. So we have calculated L and got the answer as f of s. Now whatever answer we have got, that we have to differentiate to apply the multiplication by t property. So now we are having L of 2 sine 3t minus 3 cos 3t as 6 minus 3s upon s square plus 9. So differentiating, t multiplied by is minus d by ds of 6 minus 3s upon s square plus 9. Differentiating this function once by using again u by v method. Minus sign will remain as it is. Again v into du. So s square plus 9 into the derivative of the numerator, which is minus 3, minus u into derivative of the denominator, which is 2s, upon denominator square. Apply. So it starts with v du. It is not u dv. The formula for derivative of u by v is v du minus u dv upon v square. Simplifying, opening the bracket here. So minus 3s square minus 27. If I take 2s inside the bracket, I will have 12s minus 6s square. Again taking minus sign inside the second term. So minus 3s square minus 27 minus 12s plus 6s square. So now we have minus 3s square plus 6s square. That will become 3s square minus 12s. So I can write 6s square minus 3s square is 3s square minus 27 minus 12 upon s square plus 9 the whole square. Again you have a minus sign outside the bracket, that can be taken inside. So we will get 27 plus 12s minus 3s square upon s square plus 9 the whole square. Okay. So we have to start with the function on the extreme right. Whatever the function on the extreme right, you calculate the Laplace transform. Whatever answer we get, then after the next function we have it as t. After this function we have the function as t, which means whatever is the Laplace transform of this function, we have to use the multiplication by t property, which is minus d by ds of that answer. So differentiating using u by v method to calculate the Laplace transform of the given function. Again, we can take maybe 3 common and simplify that. Next example, L of t e raised to 3t into sine t. So again, I told you, you have to start with the function on the extreme right. The extreme right function here, it is sine t. So calculate L of sine t. Then you take the next function, which is L of e raised to 3t into sine t. Then we have to take L of t into. So when a function is multiplied by e raised to, applying the first shifting. When this function is multiplied by t, applying multiplication by t property. So always start with the function which is on the extreme right, which means the extreme right function is sine t. So calculating L of sine t. So L of sine t is sine at is a upon s square plus a square. So L of sine t will become 1 upon s square plus 1. Next we have taken the right function, that is the function on the extreme right as sine t, that we've already calculated. Now take the next function along with the sine t. So we have to calculate now L of e raised to 3t sine t. Now when a function is multiplied by e raised to, we have to apply first shifting theorem. So what is the first shifting theorem? Whatever is L of sine t, in that we have to replace s by s minus 3. So whatever is the L of sine t, we have to replace s by s minus 3. So L of sine t we have 1 upon s square plus 1, replace s by s minus 3. So s minus 3 the whole square plus 1. Or if you open the bracket, we can write s square minus 6s plus 9 plus 1, which is 1 upon s square minus 6s plus 10. So we have got L of e raised to 3t sine t is 1 upon s square minus 6s plus 10. Now we are given the function t into. So first we have calculated L of sine t. Whatever answer you have got, applied first shifting theorem. So here also first calculated sine t, applied first shifting theorem. Now whatever answer you have got for L of e raised to 3t sine t, differentiate that or use multiplication by t property. So differentiating the function, whatever you have got in the previous step, differentiating it once because we are having t. So minus d by ds of this function. Again applying u by v. So applying u by v, minus sign is already outside. So v du, since u is 1, the derivative will become 0 minus u into the derivative of the denominator, which is 2s minus 6 upon denominator square. Simplifying, this whole term will become 0. Take minus inside. Or we already have a minus sign outside. So this minus into this minus will become plus. So we will get 2s minus 6 upon s square minus 6s plus 10, the whole square. Okay. So what we have done, we have calculated the Laplace transform of the function which is on the extreme right. So calculated L of sine 3t. So whatever answer you have got, the next function is e raised to 3t. So whatever answer you have got for L of sine t, applied first shifting theorem or replace s by s minus 3. Then whatever answer you have got after replacing s by s minus 3, the next function is t. So differentiating that function with respect to s. And here we have applied u by v method to get the Laplace transform of t e raised to 3t into sine t. Next we have the next problem, L of t e raised to minus 3t cos 2t into cos 3t. Now here also we have to start with the function which is on the extreme right. But now we are having two trigonometric functions. So we cannot calculate L of cos 2t into L of cos 3t. So we have to take the Laplace transform of this whole function because both are trigonometric. So when you're having two similar functions, we have to combine that and then take the Laplace transform. So first calculating the Laplace transform of cos 2t into cos 3t. And now we are having a product of two functions, which means that L cannot be taken inside the function. So we have to make use of the trigonometric identities and reduce this to sum or difference of two functions. So we know that 2 cos A cos B is cos A plus B plus cos A minus B. Using this property, we can write cos 2t into cos 3t. Since 2 is missing, multiply and divide by 2, and we can write that as cos 5t plus cos 2t minus 3t is minus t. So we will have cos 5t plus cos of minus t, but cos of minus theta is cos theta. So we can write cos phi t plus cos t. So L of, we have calculated now 2 cos 2t into cos 3t is cos phi t plus cos t, or we can write cos 2t into cos 3t will be half of this. So cos 2t into cos 3t is half of this. Now take Laplace on both the sides. So we will have half into L of this function. Now we are having plus sign in between. So we can write, or we can take L to both the functions. So we have half of L of cos phi t plus L of cos t. Okay, so we have used trigonometric formulas to convert this product term to the sum of two terms. So we have used cos A cos B formula. We have used the formula for 2 cos A cos B, got half of cos A plus B plus cos A minus B, then taking Laplace on both the sides. Now we can take Laplace to both the terms because we are having a plus sign in between. So cos phi t, we know L of cos A t is s upon s square plus a square. So L of cos phi t is s upon s square plus phi square, plus the second term will become s upon s square plus 1 square. Okay, so L of cos 2t cos 3t is 1 by 2 into L of this and L of this. Now we have to take the next function, which is t. So we have to calculate, okay, next function is e raised to minus 3t. So L of e raised to minus 3t into this function. So whatever answer we have got for L of this, replace s by s plus 3. So whatever answer we have got for L of in the previous step, whatever answer we have got, in that we have to replace s by s plus 3. That is by the first shifting theorem. So this was the answer which we got in the previous step. So whatever answer we got in the previous step, replace s by s plus 3. Replacing s by s plus 3. So we will have s plus 3 upon s plus 3 the whole square plus phi square. Again replacing s by s plus 3. So s plus 3 upon s plus 3 the whole square plus 1 square. Or we can simplify this. So half of s plus 3 upon, open the bracket here, s square plus 6s plus 9 plus 25. So 9 plus 25, 34. S square plus 6s plus 9 plus 1, that is 10. So we have s plus 3 upon s square plus 6s plus 34. And here we get s plus 3 upon s square plus 6s plus 10. Next we have the function as t into. So whatever answer you have got in the previous step, differentiate that once. Okay. So first we are calculating L of cos 2t, cos 3t. And then whatever answer we have got, we have to replace s by s plus 3. Then simplifying that. Now whatever answer we have got for this, we have to differentiate that function once. So minus d by ds of this. Half can be taken outside. So I've taken half outside and then differentiating both the functions with respect to s. Again u by v for both the terms. So v du, v is s square plus 6s plus 34. Derivative of u is 1 minus u into derivative of v is 2s plus 6. Denominator square plus again u by v here also. V into du, that is 1 minus u into dv, that is 2s plus 6 upon denominator square. Open the bracket and simplify. So just open the bracket, s square plus 6s plus 34 minus. Now here there are two terms, so open the bracket, multiply these two terms. So we will get 2s square plus 6s plus 6s plus 18 upon denominator same. Here also the first term will remain the same. Opening the bracket here. So 2s square plus 6s plus 6s plus 18 upon the denominator. Now collect the coefficients of s square, s and the constants. So here we have s square minus 2s square. So we will have minus s square. 6s minus 12s. So minus 6s. 34 minus 18 is 16 upon denominator same. Here also s square minus 2s square is minus s square. 6s minus 12s is minus 6s. 10 minus 18 is minus 8. Okay. So now we can take maybe the minus sign inside the bracket because you have a minus sign outside. So when we take minus sign inside, we will get s square plus 6s minus 16 upon denominator, plus we have taken minus sign inside, so s square plus 6s plus 8 upon the denominator part. That is the Laplace transform of t e raised to minus 3t cos 2t into cos 3t. Next problem. L of t raised to 5 cos hyperbolic t. Again, start with the function which is on the extreme right. There are two functions here. The right function, the extreme right function is cos hyperbolic t. So we have to calculate the Laplace transform of cos hyperbolic t. Whatever answer we get, differentiate that 5 times with respect to s. So first calculating cos hyperbolic t, e raised to t plus e raised to minus t upon 2. So whatever answer we have got, calculate the Laplace, take Laplace on both the sides. So L of this function, we can take 1 by 2 common. So e raised to t. Now we having a plus sign, so we can take L to both the terms. L of e raised to t plus L of e raised to minus t. Now writing the formula for L of e raised to t, which is 1 upon s minus 1, and L of e raised to minus t is 1 upon s plus 1. So we have got L of the function cos hyperbolic t is 1 by 2 into 1 by s minus 1 plus 1 upon s plus 1. Now we have to calculate L of t raised to 5. So this answer has to be differentiated 5 times. So minus 1 raised to 5. Now I have not used the formula for cos hyperbolic t as s upon s square minus 1. We can apply that. Why I have not applied? Because we have to differentiate this 5 times. So derivative u by v will become little bit hectic. Just to avoid that, I've converted cos hyperbolic to e raised to, and then I'm differentiating this function 5 times. Derivative becomes much simpler compared to when we use the Laplace transform of cos hyperbolic t directly. So the first half is taken common, minus 1 raised to 5 will become minus 1. So minus half comes out. The first derivative, 1 by x derivative is minus 1 by x square. Similarly, this is the first derivative. Again differentiate 1 by x. So 1 by s minus 1 the whole square will become, take this term to the numerator, s minus 1 whole raised to minus 2, and then differentiate that. So we will get minus 2 s minus 1 whole raised to minus 3. That is minus 2 upon s minus 1 the whole cube. Again differentiate. Okay, 1 by, go on differentiating that. So again, now this minus sign has gone. This minus sign has come when we differentiated 1 upon s minus 1 the whole square. That is also done. So we got minus 2 upon. Now this 2 and 2 gets cancelled. Minus will remain as it is. Again, when you take this term to the numerator, the term will become s minus 1 the whole cube, whole raised to minus 3. So when we differentiate minus 3, s minus 1 raised to minus 3 minus 1. That will be minus 4 in the numerator. So plus 4 in the denominator. Now again differentiating. Again minus 4 will go to the numerator. So we'll get minus 12 upon s minus 5 whole raised to 5. Last derivative, which is minus 12 into minus 5, which is s minus 60 upon s minus 1 whole raised to 6. Same thing for second term also. Okay, I'm not, you can use u by v here also. I've just done 1 by x. 1 by x derivative, I'm going on applying that. So 1 by x is minus 1 by x square. Then 1 upon x square derivative. That is minus 2 upon x cube. Then 1 upon x cube. So go on differentiating 1 upon x, 1 upon x square, 1 upon x cube, 1 upon x raised to 4, etc. till 1 upon x raised to 5 and adjusting the numerator, adjusting the constants in the numerator. Okay, so I'm using cos hyperbolic t in terms of e raised to, calculating the Laplace transform and then differentiating that function 5 times. I have not used the basic formula for L of cos hyperbolic t. Okay, this becomes easy because 1 upon x derivative is minus 1 upon x square. Then calculating the derivative of 1 upon x square, which is minus 2 upon x cube. Then 1 upon x cube derivative, that is here. 1 upon x raised to 4 derivative is here. Go on differentiating both the terms to get the fifth derivative of half of 1 upon s minus 1 plus 1 upon s plus 1. So L of t raised to 5 cos ht is equal to 60 upon s minus 1 whole raised to 6 plus 60 upon s plus 1 whole raised to 6. One more problem we can take. L of t e raised to minus t cos h 2t. Now here again we have to start with the function which is on the extreme right. So we have to calculate L of this. Whatever answer we get, apply the first shifting theorem. Whatever answer we get, differentiate that. So now L of cos h 2t. Now I'm going to make use of this formula because we have only one derivative. In the previous problem, we had to calculate 5 derivatives. That is why I have not used the basic formula for cos hyperbolic at or Laplace transform of cos h at. But in this we can apply because we have to just differentiate it only once. So L of cos h 2t will become s upon s square minus 2 square or s upon s square minus 4. This is the L of cos h 2t. Next we have the function e raised to minus t, which means whatever answer you have got, replace s by s plus 1. Whatever answer we have got, replace s by s plus 1. So in this answer, replacing it by s plus 1. So s plus 1 upon s plus 1 the whole square minus 4. Opening the denominator. So we'll get s plus 1 upon s square plus 2s plus 1 minus 4, which is minus 3. So first we have calculated L of cos h 2t. We got this answer. Then we have to calculate L of e raised to minus t cos h 2t. So in that, whatever answer we have got in the previous step, replacing s by s plus 1. So wherever s was there, replace it by s plus 1. So we got s plus 1 upon s square plus 2s minus 3. Now whatever answer you have got, we have to differentiate that with respect to s once because we have L of t. So this function has to be differentiated once with respect to s. So this was L of e raised to minus t cos h 2t. Now whatever answer we have got, that has to be differentiated only once. So now I can apply u by v method again here. So it is v du minus u dv upon v square. Remember, s is the variable. We are differentiating with respect to s. So v into du minus u into dv upon v square. And then opening the bracket and simplifying. So minus sign is already outside. S square plus 2s minus 3 minus of 2s square plus 2s plus 2s plus 2 upon the denominator. Again combining the coefficients of s square, s and the constants. S square minus 2s square will become s square. Okay, I've just opened the bracket over here and then combining the coefficients. So minus s square minus 2s square is minus s square. 2s minus 2s minus 2s will become minus 2s. Minus 3 minus 2 is minus 5 upon the denominator. So we have the answer as, if I take minus sign inside, s square plus 2s plus 5 upon s square plus 2s minus 3 the whole square. So what we are doing is calculating the Laplace transform of the function which is on the extreme right. So first calculate the Laplace transform of this, then move towards the left. Then we have to calculate the Laplace transform of e raised to minus t. Now whenever a function is multiplied by e raised to, we have to replace s by s plus 1. So that is done and we have got this answer. Now whatever answer you have got, the next function is t, which means we have to apply the multiplication by t property or minus d by ds. Next problem, L of t cos cube t. Again, there are two functions, t and cos cube. So first calculating L of cos cube t, whatever answer we get, we have to differentiate it once. Now cos cube t is the product of cos t, cos t, cos t. So we cannot calculate directly L of cos cube t. So we have to make use of the trigonometric formula. We know cos 3 theta is equal to 4 cos cube theta minus 3 cos theta. So from there cos cube theta will become cos 3 theta plus 3 cos theta upon 4. Then cos cube t will become cos 3t plus 3 cos t upon 4. Now we have got plus sign. Cos cube t has product in between the cos t functions. So now we have reduced cos cube t to a sum of the two functions. So cos 3t plus 3 cos t upon 4. Then taking Laplace on both the sides. So L of cos cube t will be 1 by 4 is a constant L of these two functions. So now we have plus sign in between the L function. We can take L to both the terms. So we can write L of the first function plus L of the second function. Now we know that L of cos at is s upon. So I can write this as s upon s square plus 3 square, 3 into s upon s square plus 1 square. Simplifying, or we can we have to calculate L of t into cos cube t, which means whatever answer we have got for L of cos cube t, that has to be differentiated once. So whatever answer we have got in the previous step, differentiating this once. Again applying 1 by 4 is constant, which can be taken outside the derivative part. So minus 1 by 4 d by ds of this. Apply u by v. So minus 1 by 4 v into du minus u into dv upon v square. V into du minus u into dv upon v square. Derivative of s is 1. Derivative of s square plus 9 is 2s. Derivative of s square plus 1 is 2s. Again derivative of 3s is 2. So v du minus u dv upon v square. Just open the bracket and simplify. Opening the bracket and simplifying, we get s square plus 9 minus 2s square upon this plus 3s square plus 6 minus 6 plus 3 minus 6s square upon s square plus 1 the whole square. Simplifying, collecting the coefficients of s square in the numerator. So we will get 9 minus s square, 3 minus 3s square upon s square plus 9 the whole square. And here 3 minus 3s square upon s square plus 1 the whole square. Maybe we can take minus sign again inside. S square minus 9 and plus 3 into s square minus 1. This is all simplification part only. So main thing is calculating the L of cos cube t. Since L of cos cube t cannot be written directly, we have to make use of the trigonometric formulas and calculating L of cos cube. And then whatever answer we have got, that we have to differentiate it once because we are having t into cos cube t. So we got the answer as this. So L of t cos cube t is 1 upon 4 s square minus 9 upon s square plus 9 the whole square plus 3 into s square minus 1 upon s square plus 1 the whole square. This is the L of t into cos cube t. So we are given some practice problems. You can try these problems at your place and find the Laplace transform of these functions. So first step is always start with the function which is on the extreme right and then move towards the left, and in that whatever we are having, suppose it apply first shifting theorem, apply first shifting theorem. If it apply change of scale, apply change of scale. Multiplication by t, apply multiplication. Whatever properties are there, accordingly we have to just apply those properties and calculate the Laplace transform of the whole functions. So thank you. See you in the next lecture.